Strategic goals versus smart goals. Okay, so number 4, we're discussing life on levels. Life on levels. Number 5, we'll discuss how to find out more for yourself. So I think I need to add one of my outline here. Number 1, strategy. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here will be strategy. Okay, perfect. And you know, we're talking about living your life by design. Any part of your life that you're struggling financially, emotionally, that you need improvement psychologically, spiritually, economically, you have to design it. So one of the ways how to get to launch us to designing the life properly is to talk about more about this strategic goals, strategic plans, strategic this, strategic that. So these 5 outlines we have to discuss it. And let's start from the first one. The first one is strategy. So I have to give you a definition I just found out that resonates with me, and I have to share that with you. So you have to write on your note. Strategy is a method or a plan. Strategy is a method or a plan. Strategy is a method or a plan chosen to bring out a desired future. Strategy is a method, underline the word method, or a plan, underline the word plan, chosen to bring out a desired future. Choosing to bring about a desired future. Strategy is a method or a plan chosen to bring about a desired future, such as achieving a goal or solution to a problem, full stop. Strategy is a method or a plan chosen to bring about a desired future, such as achieving a goal or solution to a problem. So any problem, any challenges that you want to make improvement. So what is the method? What is the plan? So strategy is a method or a plan chosen to bring about a desired future, such as achieving a goal or solution to a problem, or solution to a problem, full stop. So you can't tell me that you have achieved everything you want to achieve in life. No, there's always a next level for every entrepreneur, every investor, and every businessman. So that new level you want to move into, that new level of abundance, that new level of success in your business, in your marriage, in your community, in your enterprise. So what are the methods? What are the plans? Is it carefully written down? So strategy is what I will call a method or a plan chosen to bring about a desired future, such as achieving a goal or solution to a problem. Full stop. So I like this one very well. I put on my notes, the art. Strategy is the art, and strategy is the art and science. Strategy is the art and science of planning. Is the art and science of planning, and MAR marshalling. Marshalling. I'm going to explain this for you. Strategy is the art and science of planning and marshalling resources. Marshalling resources for their most efficient and effective use. For their most most efficient and effective use. So is the art and science of planning and marshalling resources for their most efficient and effective use. So the resources available right now, how are you going to plan it? How are you going to arrange it for efficient and effective use? So you don't have enough resources, yes, I know. But you have some, you have time, you have focus, you have energy, you have attention, you have small social capital. So how can you plan with what you have? How can you arrange it, the resources for most effective, efficient, and effective use? Full stop. So um, this word strategy is actually derived from a Greek word called generalship, that's leading an army. So the word strategy has been used by military personnel, like the most, one of the most, or the most senior military called general. So it's a Greek word derived from generalship or leading an army. So it's not a word used by every other person. It's a word that military normally use to conquer a war. They make a plan, they put in some process or method so that they strategically going to put the bombs. They're going to the locations and places. I will talk about that so that it weaken their enemy that they're fighting. So strategy is a military word. Write it down or not. Strategy is a military word used by generals. Strategy is a military word used by generals. So strategy is a military word used by general. Why I'm telling you this, so that your attitude of using strategy, it should be kind of the military. So it should be like the top ranking officer. So if you only use the word military, I mean strategy, you should be thinking like a general. You should be thinking like a military officer. And that will help you to make a most efficient and effective use of your resources. Strategy is a military word used by generals. So I have another gentleman here. We are still on strategy. Well, we talk about strategic thinking. This gentleman, his name is wonderful. So let me just clean this so I can spell his name the way it is. So whenever I want to quote him, I can quote him the way he said it. Dr. Vladimir. Who can help me pronounce this? Vladimir. Vladimir, and the surname is Kvint. How do you pronounce that? Neat. Okay. He made a statement I would like us to write. He said that strategy is a system of finding. Strategy is a system of finding. Strategy is a system of finding, formulating, developing a doctrine. The strategy is a system of finding, formulating, developing a doctrine that will ensure a long-lasting success if followed faithfully. A long-lasting success, if followed faithfully. If followed faithfully. So it says that you have to put up a system, find a system, formulate it, and develop it. So why they use the word doctrine is that see it as a religious activity. That's why I use the word doctrine. See it as sacrosanct, see it as non-negotiable. That you put up a goal, you put up a plan, you put up a vision, you put up a dream, something bigger. I'll talk more about that. And you now say, okay, this is how I will achieve this, my plan. This is how I achieve my goal, my dream, my vision. So as you decide it, be doctrinal about it, be sacrosanct about it, be religious about it. No compromise. So you must, it's your job to find, it's your job to formulate, it's your job to develop, because your vision might be different from your neighbor's own. Your goal might be different from your goal's own. So we have big goals, financial goals, relationship goals, emotional goals, economic goals. So strategic thinking, I will come to strategic thinking very soon. There are four things to consider about strategic thinking. I will discuss that. If somebody is strategic thinking and you don't find these four ingredients, four elements, it's not strategy. It's not strategic thinking. It's just maybe thinking, but the strategic thinking has four things, four key components. And if you formulate it, if you find it, formulate and develop it, and follow it, you will get the result. But the problem is that most of us don't follow the things we plan, because why? Human error. Human, of course, that's why you put in human attitude. But assume you have accountability partner that can plan that. Strategy is a role and job description of a general. That means you have to be thinking the way this military will think of before you say, I'm strategically thinking about this, my goal. Strategy is a role and a job description of a general to develop a plan, a way. Strategy is a role or is the role and job description of a general to plan, comma, strategy is the role and the job description of a general to develop a plan, comma, a way, comma, a method. Strategy is the role and job description of a general to develop a plan, comma, a way, comma, a method that brings about the desired future. That bring about the desired future or a successful out to war and no plan at all. No way, no method. Let's just go and fight. That is why war are not won by the size of an army or the arsenal of weapons available. Wars are won by the quality of strategy. Quality of your strategy, not one. It's not by the arsenal, it's not about the number of army, it's the quality of the strategy that always win war, not just fighting. So he is supposed to sit down and find a way. His job description, his role to find a way, develop a plan, find a way, find a method that will bring about a desired future. That means he must have a future. He must sit down to visualize. He must use that to use his imagination. For at least for once, God has given us to use our mind to think, to see the future, to travel far within, to visualize, to imagine, and then definitely begin to imagine victory, begin to imagine what will happen. So it's his job. In fact, let's write this down, very important. That's why you know that it's very, yes, this is very, is the way it is. Wars are not won by the size of an army. Wars are not won by the size of a body, by the size of an army, or arsenal of weapon available. Wars are not won by the size of an army or arsenal of weapon available. Wars are not won. Fights never won by the size or the weapon. Wars are not won by the size of an army or the arsenal of weapon available. Wars are won by the quality of your strategy. I'll talk about there are so many fights you should not fight. There are so many fights you should not fight. There are so many things you should not do. Just ignore them. But there are some fights, even if you win, you lose, you lose, you lose. So no need. I'll talk about that in the course of this class. When I come to strategic goals and smart goals. So you understand? Suppose a smart goal but not strategic. Suppose somebody has strategy but not smart. But strategy will always win. That's the truth. Wars are not won by the size of an army or the arsenal of weapon available. Wars are won by the quality of your strategy. So, and this particular guy called himself the guerrilla warriors. The guerrilla warriors defeat a lot of army despite the arsenal of weapons they have, just because they have developed a strategy called guerrilla strategy. And those guerrilla was a handful, those so they have developed a strategy. That's why the strategy that won those wars in those days was called guerrillas warriors. So some of these true, same is true in a business. This is what I'm telling you about strategic being in the war is the same in business. Using superior strategy, digital revolution for small companies taking over the market, leaving the large historical company who have been there with the large machines and money, but there are no way to be found. So definitely, in fact, make a bold statement today. Even though you have not written anything today, please write this one. Strategy wins battles and wars, not strength. Strategy wins battles and wars, not strength. Please, if you've not written anything down today, let's be like your take home for you. That strategy wins battles and wars. Strategy wins battles and wars, not strength. Not strength. It's not about strength. Strategy win battles and wars and not strength. It happen in business, happen in marriage, happen in relationship, happen in your enterprise, your organization. Strategy will always win battles and wars, not strength, not again energy, not strength. Physical exertion of energy is the lowest form of reward in the value creation. The implementers, the exact mode of physical energy, not mental energy. Generals will remain to exact mental energy. So the formulation of doctrine, I call it formulation of formulation of developing a system, finding a system, formulating and developing a doctrine. This particular formulation of doctrine is your personal philosophy. What I call it doctrine is that is now you create them. So what do you believe? If I would like you to write on your note like this, I didn't want to clean this. I know I'm not going here. I'm not even going to, I might do this too. Let me clean this one. I will not go there today. What I want to say is much. Let's put it like this. Formulating and developing a doctrine. bracket open. So I'll just open another bracket here. Um, Doctrine or personal philosophy. Personal philosophy. Bracket open. What do you believe? So formulating a philosophy, a belief system for yourself demands three things. So I also draw this. So it kind of a subtopic under strategy. So it demands number one. So formulating and developing a plan, a method, a way of winning financial, emotional, spiritual, any part of your life that you want improvement, that is to conquer. Definitely. So even building a team, because strategy is demanded to build a team. Because wars are not won by strength. Wars are won by strategy. Wars are everything you see. So it demands three things from you. So you have to sit down and ask yourself these three questions before you can. I'm formulating a plan, a strategy. So there are four things in it. I will mention the four things shortly. Yes. When I got to what strategy involved, if I go to strategic thinking, so definitely. So it demands you asking yourself these three questions. You want to formulate a doctrine, a philosophy, a method, a way to solve a problem. Ask yourself this question: what have you learned um from your past experience? What have you learned from your experience? Number one, what have you learned from your from your experience? From your experience. What have you learned from your experience? So question mark here. What have you learned from your experience? What have you learned from your experience? So question mark. So if you have to pick out not the failures, okay, what have you put the positive things you can never experience? That will help you a lot because we live in a world of patterns, patterns. If something happen once, of course, the principle happen again is a principle established. So happen again, it becomes what they call blueprint. Happen again, become pattern. Happen again becomes a way of life, culture. So things don't just happen. The way life works, it's just like 24 hours. They will break, night will come. God always puts systems to put things in place. The 9 months, a woman will give birth, and I want taking 9 months like that. So it's always a pattern thing. So life don't just happen. You can see in a family that people always succeed. People always gone, they have struggle, but they eventually succeed. Some they have premarital dates. Because so many issues like that. Some have these hereditary diseases, they have cancer, stroke, something like that. There's no generation that come. There'll be a mad person there. So is an indicator of a pattern. So you have to find a way to stop it. Stop the strategy. I'll give you four things to help you strategically stop any part of your life that you don't like. So, but ask yourself, what have you learned from your experience? Number two question you ask yourself is that, what are your personal values and highest goals? What are your personal values and highest goals? I don't want to clean this actually, but I have to do that. So you can write it. You need to write a lot. Don't worry about it. You are ready to take it down, you're not. So, number two question ask yourself is that, what are your highest values and goals? What are your personal values and highest goals? What are your personal values and highest goals? So if you ask question mark, so you need to ask yourself this question. So what are my personal values? Means those things you don't want to negotiate. Values means the things that are very important and precious to you. Things you don't want to you don't even discuss about it. That are your core values: integrity, character, learning, saying the truth, excellence, studying things that if anything comes in between, you prefer it. Like I always tell you, choose the peace of mind more than anything, because anything that costs your peace of mind is too expensive. It's a whole peace of. And I think we don't fight. I've been saying some of this class. You don't fight your father. Please, anybody that you choose to be your father, biologically, spiritually, your biological father, your parents, don't fight them. You know why you don't fight them? Because even if you win, you lose. You lose, you lose. So there's no need. Even if there's no need to fight your parents, no, don't do that. If anything come between you and your parents, your spiritual father, your biological, your mentor, let it go. Just accept it, just for peace sake. Because you win, you lose at the end of the day. Even if you win the whole thing, you lose. Number one, biologically, physically, spiritual. People have choose a community member. They have choose that you want to. If you fight from outside, now you go run inside there. They'll say, Tata will be the person. But you fight inside, where you want to run go? Who the person? Who they? You can't fight them. Where you want to run go? So you come between your brother, let it go, just for peace of mind. Number three, you don't fight your children. somebody you get back to, spiritually, biologically, somebody you are mentoring, somebody you don't fight. Those kind of war you don't win. Even if you win, you lose, you lose, you win. I mean, you lose, you lose, you win, you lose. So no need. So these are the find out the things you value. Your highest goals. They're always all kingpin. In rolling the ball of 12 this ball. There's one that called kingpin. If you hit that one, it will bring that one down. Find out the kingpin. Find out the most important thing that values that you truly hold in our esteem. That you don't want to even negotiate. It's not negotiable. I put the values are the things that are important to you, precious to you, and useful to you. Write it down. Values are the things that are important to you, comma. Values are the things that are important to you, comma, precious to you, and useful to you. So, what are your personal values? These things are important to you, they are precious to you, and they're actually useful to you. So, identify them and your highest goals. So if I achieve this one thing now, you can help me achieve every other thing. If I can achieve 150, if I can build a team of 12 leaders, 18 leaders, I can get a community. If I make 150 million, I can buy car, buy land. If I can get four sales in a day, 5 sales in a day, 5 sales in a day for 5 days, that's about 25. For 1 month, 4 weeks, that's about 100. If I can have 100 sales in a month, this is how much to make. That I can save this amount. So you are beginning to make plans. They're not plans. So you have to question your values and challenge your way of thinking and behave and your behavior, because they say most important thing about you. So you have to invest in your energy in those things you value. Because success is achieving your goals without violating your values. Write it down. Success is achieving your goals without violating your values. Success is achieving your goals without violating your values. Success is achieving your goals without violating your values. Success is achieving your goals without violating your values. Success is achieving your goals without. Some people achieve success but they're angry. I killed somebody to get this success. Now the money is useless. I sold, like Judas sold Christ, collected money in exchange to show him his master. Now they cannot chop the money. He went and hang himself. So he has gotten the money, but he still has violated his conscience. Some people they sell their body, they collect the money, and the money useless. After selling their body for 50,000, and they better have gotten HIV, STD, unwanted pregnancy. Now the money when you collect don't tire them. Now you don't carry belly. 9 months of lockdown. We're going to achieve anything again. So the money that shawarma and pizza, you don't chop shawarma and pizza. Now you don't carry your body, go give now. Now you're angry. Why they haven't chopped the pizza? I know for chop this pizza now. Waiting pizza I never chopped before. Now you don't collect the success, but you don't have violate your goals, your values. So achieving your success is in a particular, write it down. Achieving success in a particular way that will not rob you of your relationships. Achieving success in a particular way that will not rob you of your relationship with your parents, your brother, your sisters. Achieving success in a particular way that will not rob you of your relationship with God, your friends, your father, your mother, spiritually, morally. Achieving success in a particular way that will not rob you of your relationship with God, your friends, your father, your mother. Achieving success in a particular way that will not rob you of your relationship with God, with your friends, with your father, your mother, your mentor, your mentee, integrity that will not rob your integrity or protect your integrity. Achieving success in a particular way that will not rob you from your relationship with God, your friends, your father, your mother, your wife, your husband, and protect your integrity. Achieving success in a way that will not rob you of your relationship with God, your father, your mother, your relationship with your friends and family members, and protect your integrity. How can you achieve success in a way that will protect your integrity? You see, keep your integrity complete. Some people achieve success, but they've lost their integrity, they've lost their character, they've lost their values. So that is why you have to find a way to, if you want to formulate and develop a doctrine, a philosophy for yourself, you have to ask what are your personal values. So the things that you cannot compromise, and then your highest goals. The kingpin, the most important thing that once you achieve it, if you can get someone to believe in himself, if you can train a mentor to believe in himself, oh man, I'm happy. You cannot save all the fishes on the seashore, but this one that is in your hand, you have to save this one. This one must be alive. Number 3 question, ask yourself, particularly in formulating and developing a doctrine, a personal philosophy of your belief system that will help you achieve your goal. What are the rules for achieving your highest goals without violating your highest value? So let's still repeat again. What are the rules? What are the rules? You're going to set up the rules for achieving your highest. What are you achieving your highest goals? Your highest goals without violating your highest value, without violating your highest values. Okay, so if you can ask yourself this three question, okay, next year I put up a plan starting this month of December. I want to make 150 million. So how can I do this without not facing my conscience, without not angry with myself? Sometimes if you just say, okay, my boyfriend is not disturbing me, let me just cheat once. So you give me 100,000, I will buy this, I will buy this back. Now you don't go cheat now, they don't give you the money, and your way home, they rob you, collect the money on top the matter. Now the money no collect. Now you don't buy. Now you don't kill yourself. Now I just cheat on my wife, I cheat on my husband. Okay, this business, I just collect my organ money. Okay, I just treat this business money as my pocket money. Most of entrepreneurs, one of the major fail of entrepreneurs are treating your business money as your personal pocket money. Let me just use this one and do this. Now that thing now, I didn't want to worry you. Why did I even do this? As a pastor, it's not just collect this offering where they no record them. This one they just sow seed in my life. Let me just go after all. Who work for temple they chop? Now you don't. That's the job done there against you now. So why you chop that money now? Problem. So how can you achieve your highest values, your highest goals, without not violating your highest values? So you know, come to hit yourself. Now that thing we say, man, chop clean mouth. You know if you chop the mouth, no fit clean. Now the thing now, while are they? As you chop thing, I see something there here. They say, oh, got something the oil there your mouth. In fact, you don't even know when the oil carry touch your clothes. Now that means what you want collect. As you put that for the pot, as you call the meat from mouth, you know the meat don't dey mouth, but oil their hand. I want to explain now. Anything when they steal, they sweet. You steal meat is sweet. You steal exams is sweet. You steal cheat for is sweet. Anything when they steal, it is sweet. I don't know, be wondering after eating meat, that one where toothpick they come on and they sweet pass. But the main meat don't enter belly, but that toothpick own it is. That's where they come for toothpick. That one they pick from her, it is sweet pass everything. If you agree with me, shy. You can't go. If I have the one cover the thing now, the thing can't fall off. You want me catch him? You don't fall for granted. You won't catch. But the main meat when you chop. Now that small one where they your teeth now you won't catch. Why they say fall for ground now? The person know the fit just that one they sit well. So the thing is so this let me just do small something. That small something now, you don't violate your value. You'll be angry with yourself. Why did I even do it? Why in fact you start regretting. It's like breaking trust. If you break trust, my brother, trust you don't buy, you earn it, earn over time. But you can't break, they be like break. If you join them together, the max still there. Yes or yes? When I was small, I used to I used to play a lot. So when I was there to ride bicycle, I had two big wounds on my leg because the bicycle thing you and my brother will hold the bicycle. This one will do yash like this, So we'll fall many times. So and those days we used to be very funny. When we finally learned this bicycle thing, we only go to a stream. This stream has a very big hill. We put the bicycle there, come out your hand, come out your leg. With the bicycle, do da. Enter water, wham. So all those nonsense things. We do Boris. We carry rubber for this and do motorcycle Boris. We go all those things don't give us wound. The wound don't die, but each time I look at those wounds, he bring back the memory clear like this. Yes or yes? That's what it be. So violating your values is like that. You don't achieve the thing, but deep down, there is this thing where they tell you, say, oh boy, try. So let me talk about a little bit of what strategy involved before we go to strategic thinking. If I have the time, strategy actually involves four things. And those four things is not in your strategy, my brother. It can be something about not strategy. 10 or 4 things. Let me quickly mention it. If I can give you the note, that will make a lot of sense for entrepreneurs. For you to go back to them and being strategic about your life. Strategy involves 4 things. Strategy involves, number 1, it involves outcomes. You must have outcomes in mind and bracket open results. You must have results in your mind. You have a future result, a vision, a vision, goals, something that you're looking at, something bigger. So you must involve outcomes. So you cannot say you have strategy without a big picture. Big picture, you must have a big picture of victory, a big picture of victory. You must have a big pictures. Be seeing something. It must be results, future, vision, goals, big picture, victory. Think of something big. So you must have outcomes. Without outcomes, you are not being strategic. Number 2 thing, you must have planning. Turn up planning. Planning. I'll talk about this. I have a note too. I'll give you the note. Number 3, it must be involved targeting. Turn up targeting. The kingpin, the targeting. Number 4, it must have timing. You must have timing. So I'll give you the notes. Let me see. I have the time. I'll give you the notes so that we can quickly move on. So a strategy must have, you must sit down and use your imagination and say, this is what I want to achieve economically, financially, spiritually. This is what I want. Because if you don't do these things, nobody will do it for you. Life is you have to live life by design. If you don't design your life and work with it, using big pictures, planning, targeting, and timing, you fall into someone else's design. Because we are the architect of success in life. So, okay, I think my time is fast spent. So what I will do, okay, 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 okay. Let me just give a one or two statements, and then I will leave the remaining training for tomorrow. So tomorrow, focus on the strategy involved. Before I go to strategic thinking, I will tie up the knots for you tomorrow. But let me just give a statement here on the outcome. So first one right there, outcome. The outcome will just pinch a little. Let me just use small, longer truth. You know those days where we did small. They will put like 3 minutes for each of us. Men like us, we will face rush, chop our own meat. Now my siblings will go save their own. When we don't want chop their own later. Now we come no see we don't face chop our own. So we can't do you longer through. You can't want do your mouth, like open your mouth, then carry them back for their own mouth. So yeah, my this be it didn't pay well. So I do that kind of a thing here today. So right then, outcome right there. Strategy starts with a desired outcome. Strategy start with a desired outcome. Bracket open, wealth, happiness, impact on society, health. Strategy starts with a desired outcome. Bracket open. Strategy starts with a desired outcome. Strategy starts with a desired outcome. Bracket open, wealth, money, success, happiness, impact on society, your health. So strategy starts with a desired outcome. It starts with a desired outcome. So that some result you desire, some health you desire, some wealth you desire, some impact on society. So what is your desired outcome? Impact on society, your contributions, your impact, your happiness. So what do you all strategy starts with the desired outcome. All of them start with the desired outcome. So write it down in full stop. The clearer and more define the outcome. The clearer and more define the outcome, the more likely you are to realize it. You are to achieve it. The clearer and more defined the outcome, the more likely you are to realize it or achieve it. Let me use the word achieve. The more likely you are to achieve it. The clearer and more defined the outcome, the more likely you are to achieve it. So I'll stop there for today. So because when somebody said I'm thinking strategically, so the first thing first you ask him, what outcome are you expecting? And then I say, what outcome are you expecting? What the bigger picture you're expecting? He say, I don't know. Kiss Sarah, what must be, must be. What God say I will be, I will be. Imagine a military general telling you, we'll win this war by God's grace. Say no, by God's grace is not a strategy. To win the war by God's grace. He said, what are the plans? What are the targeting? What are the timing? He said, I don't know. We'll just go there and win. Really? In fact, imagine a general saying, I have a strategy for this battle to be won, but no idea, no plan, no strategy. In fact, that general has been lost already, even though they have not fought it. But the more clearer and more define your outcome, the more clearer and more define your outcome, the more likely you are to achieve it. So find an outcome. Find an outcome. Why I choose to stop here is because tomorrow, last month, we had to sit down and develop a achievable plan. I brought out 7 steps to achieve a achievable plan. I say you must have you must be specific, you must have deadline, you must have something you want to give in exchange, and then you must have a mastermind group, a accountability partner, you must have a plan, and then you must put your plan in a statement, a clear statement, and you must use author suggestion to induce faith to be able to achieve that. I give 7, and most of us wrote so many things, and I gave an assignment to go and work on your plan, take it to your mastermind mentor. I'm not lying to you. Most of my mentors have been mentees have been bringing to me. Even until yesterday, some still bringing to me. They are still doing correction. Because I don't want to plan 2026 in 2026. No, you plan 2026 in 2025. So we're supposed to have ended every plan for 2026 since last month. Because some of us started 3 months ago, 5 months ago. And definitely, what I'm trying to say is that please tomorrow, come up with a big picture of a future you desire. Come up with an amount, come up with a plan, come up with just a minimum of 3 things. maybe economically, financially. You want to improve your relationship with your wife. You want to make your communication with your wife better, your staff better, what they call it, scale your business. Come with amount specifically for a future plan for 12 months, 3 years, 5 years. Say mentor. By God, tomorrow I will ask you a question. So how much are you looking at financially? How much are you looking at you want to achieve in terms of impact, in terms of contribution, in terms of material position, in terms of spiritual position? What do you want to? Who do you need to become next year? What do you need to? What I will ask you that, who do you need to become next year? Financially, emotionally, spiritually. You have to tell me. Create a big picture. Come, bring it tomorrow. You will do that tomorrow. Shall I? Please, if I ask you and you're in my class today, don't feel I don't know you. You know, we are videoing people. I can see your face. So if I ask you, say I was not in yesterday's class, I will not accept it. You must come. You ask me. You should be able to tell me 3 things you want to achieve next year, or next 3 years, or next 5 years. You will do that for me. Shall I? No, now that I is begging for the charge card. You do that for me. Shall I? You can do better than that. Touch yourself. Say I'm a success. Touch yourself. I'm a millionaire. So if you don't have any plan, how do you achieve? Because he that failed to plan to fail. You cannot future in the future, you did not picture. You cannot. So please come up with something tomorrow. Come up with something, write it down. Because there's something about writing down. Something happens when you write something that happens with your brain, with your hand. It is called transformational journey. And transformation only takes place when you participate. If you don't participate on your transformational journey, you cannot be transformed, you reform. So that's the best you can take today. Online community. Don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. See you at the top. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Shalom. That is the best we can take today. Okay, thank you.